Draw a scatter plot given the table of bivariate data. The table shows the results of an experiment to determine the length, y in centimeters, that a spring stretches with mass x grams. We have our data shown below. It's in two different tables just because we don't have enough room, but this is all together, okay? Mass in grams is our input, okay, our domain, all right, it's the x value of the coordinate. The length of the spring in centimeters, that is our output, our range, right? It is the y coordinate of it. So essentially all we need to do is take these coordinate points, all 18 of them, and plot them onto our coordinate plane, which will all be in quadrant 1 because both of the numbers are positive. And when we do that, we're just going to make the coordinate point and just leave it. And that's what a scatter plot will look like. So we'll have our x and y axis, right, quadrant 1, and we're going to graph it. This is what a graph should look like. The first thing I did is I looked at the mass, all the numbers of the mass. We have 100, 200, 300, 200, 400, 500, 100, 600, 200, 300, 400, 100, 400, 200, 100, 600, 300, 500. All right, those are all the x values, right? I noticed that the smallest value I saw was 100, and the largest was 600. So when I make my graph, I'm going to go by hundreds. Well, I'm going by 50s. Every box is going by up by 50. And I wrote 100, 200, 400, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, right? I don't have to go past 600, really, because there's no value bigger than 600. And I labeled my x-axis mass and grams. For the y-axis, I labeled it the length of a spring in centimeters. And now I'm going to look at the smallest to largest number for the y values. The smallest number I could find was 13. The largest number I saw was 28. Right, so I'm going to make sure that I have 13 to 28 covered in the numbers that I list in the y-axis. Because nothing's less than 13, I can make a break in the graph and completely skip over those first few numbers. Okay? So I started at 12. All right, skipped over 1 through 11. So we start at 12. And now I'm going up by ones. I only wrote every even number, but each box, as you can see, like 13 would really be here, 15 would really be here. I'm really going up by ones. And now it's just a matter of taking the coordinate points and plotting them. The first one is 100, 13. So 100, 13 is right here. You know? If I take another random coordinate point right here, 100, 15 and a half. All right, I go to 100 and I go to 15 and a half, which is just halfway between 15 and 16. And if I took another coordinate point of 400, 21, I'd go to 400 and then up 21 units to right here at this point. Any questions on plotting the points? We're good? No. This would now be a scatter plot. Okay, if we look at this, we can tell there's a positive relationship because the numbers are going up